welcome to Rough Cut Film Review. This is a review of Hercules. So this is a property that's been done many times over the years, and it does particularly lend itself to cinema due to the fantastical adventures and the monsters and the kind of stuff that Harryhausen used to really enjoy with his models and do such a great job with. So really it's a typical summer blockbuster with Dwayne Johnson, who I like very much when he's not hanging around with Vin Diesel, Ian McShane, John Hurt, Joseph Fiennes, Peter Mullen, who I absolutely love in everything, Rufus Sewell, the list goes on. You know, it's a real all-star cast and a bit of an ensemble, despite the fact we've got Hercules here, and that's largely the point of the film. So Hercules is played by a very suitable Dwayne Johnson, who looks incredibly muscly and intense, and he quibs well, and you know, the camera seems to love him. You know, he is very good as the quibbing muscle man, which is exactly what you need here. So Hercules has finished his legendary 12 labours, and we see little bits and pieces of that, and they make for a very good trailer. And he is currently working as a mercenary, and he's trying to promote himself not just as a man but as a legend, and you know, hence the legend of Hercules. He's offered a lot of cash by a put-upon king played by John Hurt, which leads Hercules to lead his loyalty ragbag sort of team of lovable heroes to defeat the odds in a plot that ends up being very similar to The Last of the Samurai. Well, first thing to say, it's really swimming in the wake of Shrek still, in as much as it's taking ye old-timey stuff and heroes and people that we know so well, and then, you know, giving them a modern inflection, so they're quibbing. It's basically giving the dialogue of John McClane to Hercules, and that's absolutely no bad thing. The film somewhat concerns itself with looking at the difference between the legend of something and the truth, and in this regards it largely succeeds. Really, it's trying to make the whole thing a bit more relatable, hence all the modern John McClane style dialogue. It's all very zippy and quibby, and there's absolutely nothing wrong with that. When it works, it's enjoyable, and the cast here do it very well. In this film, however, there is little to nothing that's actually in any way original. That's not a terrible thing. So if we go down the checklist of what this film's trying to achieve, firstly, it's the good choice of Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson as Hercules. He works very well. 2, it's got a suitably silly plot that's easy to follow. 3, there's good banter between our main characters. Ian McShane gets some of the best lines and delivers them well. 4, we've got a suitable amount of mild peril. There's baddies to kill, there's stuff to get, there's treasure, there's quibbing, there's mead to drink or something. So for what it's trying to achieve, which admittedly is quite limited, it does perfectly all right. You know, this film was never trying to be Citizen Kane, and it doesn't, but you know, that's kind of okay as well. My main concern about the film is the really jarringly uneven tone of the film. So we get the light, silly, frothy, flirty, fun, quibbing adventure stuff, but then we're also getting children being murdered or killed by wolves. So, you know, that is incredibly uneven, and it doesn't really resolve itself either. You know, that to me, that element of it doesn't really work. Having said that, there are much worse ways to spend an afternoon, and I would much rather watch this again than see another Transformers film or see the Transformers film again. I don't even remember what the latest one was called. Revenge of the Fallen? Or was that a different one? I saw it a couple of weeks ago and I literally don't remember, but it was rubbish. But this is pretty good. Hercules, yeah, sure. Don't expect the Earth and you'll be entertained for a few hours. Kind regards, Christopher Thomas.